Okay, so gotta try to get through a couple more chapters of this last book. I really just want to get through this at this point, so I go ahead and fucking put the game for sale on eBay.
But where?
Knowing that I did everything.
It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. But I wondered. This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. She said, "You shall build me a new church in
My dear
Kingsbridge."
people. Oh, I'm so... Did you hear that? The Madonna has chosen...
She's come all the way from Africa.
So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of
Please,
Canterbury.
every... Shh! We want to listen.
And along the road, from Paris, across Normandy.
Brother Reynold. I've heard of a Reynold from the coast. A scheming drunkard who lives as a...
You think that's him?
Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. I don't trust him.
Over the sea, and all the way
Jonathan.
to Kingsbridge.
They're about to show the miracle.
Do you speak English?
No English.
I think you might have stepped into...
What? Where?
No English.
Just done.
Could you talk to this man?
Yes, he told me he was from Damascus.
Isn't Damascus...
There's one in Africa too. I'm sure.
Why are you pretending you can't...
No English.
Devout Christians have given
they revealed
money
Not
for
yet.
the building of the Church of the Weeping Madonna.
Another question.
Bonjour.
This church
You don't need...
of
If it's too...
Kingsbridge.
Mary.
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you.
They look almost
all of you.
hollow.
I
Feels
will
like a
tell you
wicker
again,
basket covered in...
dear brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna. All of you. You must wonder, why was Kingsbridge chosen to be the home of the Holy Virgin?
Don't you want to see the miracle
She
too?
said, "You shall build me a new church in Kingsbridge."
Why
So
are
we
you
set off,
hiding?
with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury. I could have continued to carry her from
That's not
town
fit for-
to town
Nothing
until
sacred.
my flesh succumbed. But this was not her will. But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter? This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. You must be thinking, how could he... Can you feel it? You are a... The Madonna knows how you, the Virgin Mother, had to witness the rise and fall of her son, our Lord. Kingsbridge has endured. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the ground.
How do you know this?
And your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have...
Dada!
all of...
Dada!
all of you know how it is to be hungry and afraid. But...
Jack. Aliena.
Philip.
But this is...
A miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy? But... It's been almost 3 years. Where on earth?
I'd almost given up looking for him.
And you decided...
Well, this is our home.
Then what on earth?
With the Madonna, we were able to for your priory. And
Really?
We can start anew. We can...
What's the catch?
I'll get to be Master Builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colors, and ideas. Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and point. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here?
Because this is home.
The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole, but to me, it looks like about 100. You know, that won't even pay for a year.
Like all of this, it's enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors.
You mean I should be thankful for these?
Jack! You came back!
We wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Tommy.
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
We need to visit her.
Father lives with her now.
What's wrong, Mother?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too.
She looks like she's about to cry. She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle.
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes.
Look at her. Heaven.
They're shining.
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Why are you weeping? She is mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
It seems through her faith in all of your... Mary has found. We can't keep trying to repair King. Things are not improved.
But we can't afford.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James.
All these past years, my advice was good. But it appears you've changed.
It is time we started doing something. To wake up and make...
I'm not willing to accept. Don't you remember what happened? My.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make things better. Philip, why in God's name? They're tricking us into giving them money.
They are giving...
So that we'll place this... Do you approve of...
People need hope. And these yes, it is a deception, but Mary speaks again.
You fell for them. I'm warning you, I cannot support a...
Your threat won't, no matter how unconventional.
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. I resign.
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was.
Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
We are so proud of you.
Is she still here? Your wife, Agnes.
No. Ellen and Martha moved her to Kingsbridge. She got a proper burial this time.
Will you come back with us, too?
Would you want that?
Yes. I need your help with the cathedral. Philip and I have big plans.
We'll come.
Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
But Really? What were they like?
They were good people.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father.
He does. But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship?
No.
The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
You told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know he was innocent. I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us.
What happened then?
They hanged him. I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
As if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom never.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley, Prior James of Kingsbridge, and Archdeacon Waileran Bygod. They showed no mercy. Neither did I. I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret. The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
We welcome our new Prior Remigius. He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus, from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter, and the Earl of Shiring has promised to support. But he has not done. No, the Earl, his mother, Lady Hamley. More and more I feel the sickness of war. I asked him. But God told me that only, no matter the cost, this shall... With this cathedral...
Waileran Bygod.
Jack? What?
My father died by your hands, Waileran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here!
Who are you?
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger. England was brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and... Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt. 4 weeks, the storm... It was then that our cathedral... And everything changed.
Tom! I told you you wouldn't like the sight of this.
It looks bad. But it's not. It's good you sent the workers home during the storm. Now do us all a favour and do this. Your children hardly get to see. Tommy and Sally have been asking about you all morning. You'll kill yourself up here.
That crack down there must have been due to the storm. If the storm works,
My cathedral was never designed to be this high.
I know! I reinforced the walls. It cannot be the height.
What else was damaged? I'd look myself, but I dare not come closer. If your mother knew I was up here at all, she'd kill
both of us.
What?
She would kill both.
Careful over there!
If we don't find out what's causing this, then the whole east wall, the storm is making...
If you're right, what about Aliena?
She should be on her way back from Winchester now.
Oh, I hope...
Yeah, I hope so too. No.
That won't help.
Now's not the time to fix. First, I need to find... One day, sailing on the... Rashid told me.
Sure!
The storm makes it worse.
Over here, the vaulting look...
If the vaulting was unstable, it could pull the wall inward, especially with this storm putting pressure on the...
We have to find out...
How?
If I widen these cracks, we'll see if our problem...
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Me neither. If I make it worse, then we'll at least...
You're probably right. It'll be easier without the sand everywhere.
Right. All right. One more time.
And?
If the vaulting were unstable, this part should have collapsed.
So, the cause of our problem is not up here?
No.
When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also... No matter what we did, it always... Remember?
Yes, but this is not the same wall. We rebuilt...
Still, could the cause not have been the same?
The crypt!
Huh. How kept the whole foundation there as it was?
But it never had to carry this much weight before.
You're right. If the cause of our problem is down there, we'll find it. You go ahead.
Don't you need help?
I'll manage.
Are you sure?
Go on.
Neither can you. I'll just take a quick look.
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too.
Philip...
There is no need for you. It is just...
The problem is that the people love your sermons. Your book is being copied in priories.
Is that not a good thing?
In desperate times, hope can...
That is...
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took...
Huh.
Jack!
Have you been atop the cathedral?
Don't worry, Philip. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from...
Yes, we did.
What about Allier?
She stayed a day longer for the... She should be on her way back.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get...
No one did.
I am sure she'll...
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is up.
Yes? Why?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies... I better wait for Tom. I know he doesn't want to miss anything.
Now it's down here, too. The first cracks are showing.
That means we were right. The cause of the instability must be down here.
The ground.
Could be.
The drought could have made it worse.
We'll find out. This is the spot. Let's find out. The old wall. If there's dry sand...
Just be careful. If it's the ground and the foundation...
Here we go. But
what?
I think I can feel it.
What?
One more time.
Can you see well enough?
Yeah.
Jack, watch out!
It's all right.
What is it?
God. These stones, they've been
The mortar is missing almost.
Whoever put them back just added some more to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was complete.
What does that mean?
I think it was
An entrance? To where?
That's what we'll find.
Careful now. You've got the whole... Jack?
Jack? I'm all right. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber.
What's that?
I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get. You stay here.
Is that... Oh, there's sand everywhere. Uh-huh. It's... What? There's a bed in here. What? Jonathan, we need... That's not... It's metal. Gold, even. Maybe Philip... It's... Oh... What is that? I have the torch. All right. Should be safe.
Yes.
Did you know about this?
No. I have seen this chalice before. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from... Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down, I know. They also said it was my father.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice, they hanged him in for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think during the night of the fire, when the old cathedral burned, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James. James died weeks before.
Did he? You said they never... Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack. You were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
Nothing. I did not tell Philip. I wasn't ready to confess what... But I could see the doubt in his eyes.
Wailerin, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony while your people starve on the streets of Shire?
Don't play the saint. You promised them miracle. And you make them... But your miracles never work out.
God works in ways that we...
My mother cannot walk. You failed again.
I came about a book.
The Bible?
No, Philip of Gwynedd. And the church is displeased. This is
your chance, you mean? If you need force... I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son...
I don't care.
You should.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come... Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a horse, now!
I am sorry for intruding. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you for your
Someone! Help me! Please! I need help!
Hello? Oh!
My horse!
Take my hand! We'll only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you. I'm Aliena. Breathe, Elizabeth.
She took it. Should have let her die. We would all be better off without someone like her.
You should get out of this place as soon as you...
Be assured, I will leave as...
I don't like this.
Hold
She's
your
avoiding eye
horses.
contact.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, what are you going to do with that?
I'm just going to borrow.
Let's try to get along until...
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blame.
Can't you see she...
It's all right. We don't have much. She doesn't just take a bowl and...
What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing. Maybe we should be kinder to her.
No, they don't deserve her kindness.
I can't carry...
Just try to ignore him. I am.
Shush.
Thank you. Eat this.
Thank you.
Why are you giving dirt? That's what she deserves.
What? Please, don't start.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they...
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have.
Divorced? Oh, he's just been beside...
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels and what you people...
Stop bullying her.
How do they know you? Oh, I'm used to it. I guess he has to do a lot of things. And Sometimes...
Wait. Is your husband...
I thought you knew.
William...
Oh, please don't. I swear.
I used to know him.
Really?
Why did you marry...
My parents arranged. And it was an honor.
What's he like?
I loathe him with all my... How do you know him?
We came from... In fact, I was supposed to marry...
No! How...
I found him. So I refused.
You...
It caused...
Oh, you're so cool. I can't even stand up.
Don't act like you didn't have act. For years he roamed across the country. He's nowhere after all he's taken from us.
She has nothing. Don't you dare touch. Can't you see? She's another one.
I'll give her.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child? The abuse and the humiliation. Every single... I'm so sorry.
I'm crying.
Enough to know you're...
Tom, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Quick, take this.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not... William would be very pleased if I...
No! If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the...
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost...
Elizabeth, stay.
No, she...
Thank you for saving me.
Come on now. When William is...
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book. But only you know what my words in those letters amount. It is different with the book I have written. Because of my book, I may have to talk to... But that is not the only thing that... Behind a wall in our... We do not know who, but it is likely that Prior James hid there. That means he was alive when we met in King... The day of his... And Jack told me he saw a man in the... Was that him? And if so, did he burn... The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe. We've heard of places near... We have enough food to last, but life... Martha believes there will be rain, but the storm is only a... I hope that she is... Jonathan worries about my book. The divine soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I am not naive enough to pretend. I wrote that hope is godly. And since Henry sells hope, And if the church should ask me to clarify my position, but I feel I must. And how could I write anything else? It must be well with you about what truly troubles me. Jack said that he was in the cathedral the night it burned, and something told me he was responsible. He didn't say it out loud. I could see the truth. And I don't think Tom knew either.
My God. Save yourselves! The saint! We must save the saint! Fire! The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as I cannot find it in my heart just now. Forgive maybe because this confession, and from a man who I have learned. This is... I should get the storm. I know them by heart, but Jonathan... Hello? I thought I saw someone.
Oh, it's you.
You startled.
I thought... Was that you?
No, but I heard it.
No. No, she... Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
There's someone in here. Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them, all right? Please, listen. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Ah! Jack, no! It's him. Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen. Because of me, Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back. You didn't mean for this...
No, but...
What about him?
Don't be afraid. Ah! Jack! Why did you do that, you animal?
I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's
just a child. Jack forgave the child, and I, for that was what he had been when he arrived, just a... Who was I to judge this man for not confessing what I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's, even that night, when we all met.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found we weren't safe in a...
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase... Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them and one of...
But they almost killed...
They were just looking for food.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crop.
Desperate or not, they're only the vanguard of a full-scale...
If we had a decent Earl, the people...
It is all too easy to blame.
It is.
But forgive...
Can you? Forgive.
I already...
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to...
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about... Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son...
And, by agreement, all lands are to be...
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as...
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Languid?
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done, then?
We only have to wait till Maud's son sits on the throne, don't we? And then ask him for help.
And if Hamley were to fight the decision, he'd have to face the...
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them some... I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are 2...
We must do...
Well, I cannot sit quiet. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 7...
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's...
Well, what do we do about it?
Ha! You know, we could solve all our problems. We could either fight those outlaws, or we could make them fight for...
Fight for you?
Right! We could make them attack William...
Huh.
And while they're busy killing each other...
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her.
Yes!
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical...
That'll never work. We have to assault them, and even if that means fighting alongside the...
I don't like either.
Neither do I. So...
I will talk to the out... Maybe we can find... And if there's no one...
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Our hopes of meeting allies on the road to Shiring were fading with every mile. The only people we saw were sitting... I'd heard that Wigley had just been raided by outlaws, leaving them almost entirely without cattle. Maybe someone there knew where the... We entered the village. There was a weary young man trying to... That was until a few days ago. Hamley had come to collect his share and, due to the famine, was met with empty coffers. Enraged... As we reached Wiggly, we met a farmer tending to a scrawny chicken. She told us that Hamley... Some say they recognized the thieves. The fields of Huntley spurred fond memories. Soon we reached Uncle Simon's abandoned hut. Our horses needed rest, so we wanted to leave them there while we looked around on foot. Then I asked him where he got bread in times like these. Was it stolen? No, I got... Before we could ask more, the frightened man jumped up and fled into the forest. The abandoned quarry was teeming with activity. Many poor souls were gathering around a fireplace. We walked slowly towards them. All eyes darted towards us. "Where can I find the butcher?" I asked. Their faces expressed anger and fear. I explained that we were looking for food. Someone told us they got meat.
Oh dear, I hope you didn't. Only if you bring me an animal, then I can...
So this is horse meat? Where would you find...
Do people call you the...
There is much truth in your...
Why'd you ask? What do you want?
Do you have a lot of outlaw...
You don't see it in their faces, dear. But we...
I asked because... And we're looking for a way to make...
Is that so?
We're looking to build an army. To invade...
Oh my, if it was that easy. The poor souls I meet...
We would lead...
I'm a knight. I know how to turn ordinary men into fighters.
In their condition, most of them can barely kill a chicken, let alone a man. These people are mothers, fathers, hard workers, yes, but they are not soldiers.
We'd reward them if they helped us.
You must know we are the rightful heirs to Earl Bartholomew of Shiring.
So, you're just another pair of nobles.
It is the best chance we have. This is a battle for the sake of the people.
It's rubbish.
We are offering you a chance to rid the land...
The last time I saw you, I am willing to listen to a good soul.
That woman that was here, that you helped, that was Hamley's...
Right, it's a trap.
Well, how can these people...
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I know what it's...
And just like you, we have...
But I also know that if one fights...
But they're starving, my child. Who are you to think you...
Yeah.
You! Who do you think you are?
We are the children of Bartholomew, Earl of Shiring.
Our father once ruled with a firm but benevolent hand. You must remember...
Well, better than now, but that's easy.
He did have guts, though. Trying to take...
So, you are his...
Yes, all we know...
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
even if we work together.
You ask us to sacrifice our lives for your...
We already have Kingsbridge on our side, including the bright mind.
Oh, Philip of Kingsbridge.
He took in the survivors of Hamley's raid.
Yes. And
he wouldn't let anybody go into certain death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does.
I said it before. We don't fight up.
But maybe this is our...
My people will decide, but I will tell them that I believe that it isn't.
I thank you.
I pray that it will...
We will all...
And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home. There was a small army of famished outlaws hiding in the surrounding woods, waiting for my signal to attack. Led by my vengeful brother, Richard. But I had to be sure that Elizabeth was safe. The poor girl who in my stead had been doomed to become William Hamley's wife.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
Is Lady Elizabeth home?
She is, and will be indefinite. Don't want her to get lost in another...
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food?
How long will...
A lot longer if you don't shut... Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
I already have...
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Shut up!
Let me pass.
Ha! Wait.
He doesn't care. Calm yourself.
They took her. She never came back.
Nothing will happen to you.
I want to go home.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her.
Well, you'll walk to the other side of the yard. You'll get you settled. And don't you dare...
No.
They say, Lord... What if the next... Calm! None of these...
I know that...
What about Bartholomew's children? There's a lot of bad... Well, the boy used to fight for Stephen, but as far as I know, he ran out. Now he's just a good-for-nothing plain watchman for those monks in Kingsbridge. And the Lady Aliena? Don't make me laugh. Oh, I think you... Some years back, I heard she almost cut up a priest in Winchester. Put a knife to his throat. Oh, she's a fury. And you're a sissy.
May I interrupt?
What is it?
How could my father was nothing like that tyrant?
Oh, dear Lord. You always sat in your neat little keep playing host while the poor snuffed it just... Well, at least William treats us as his equals, and not like...
Was Was my father...
Your mother could have answered that question.
He once told me that she was very unhappy when...
And you never won...
I'm looking for Lady Elizabeth Hamley.
She's caring for Lady Regan inside the keep.
But only Lord William and Walter are allowed.
And they'll kill you.
So you...
We've already...
My father was a...
Keep on telling.
Many nights, your father may have given us food and shelter, but it was no better.
Don't tell any...
We won't.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough. What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me what?
What's taking...
Wait a moment. We don't have much time. You will look for me any... So why did you...
I'm waiting!
There's an army of outlaws. You need to be out of the way.
But I mustn't.
They're very angry at your husband's family and...
Will people...
Yes, that's why you have...
Not without Lake. You need to save Lake.
I will.
Is that a promise?
It is.
All right, I will try.
Hurry up in there, or do you want me to come in?
I need... maybe Walter can take you to Lady Regan.
Walter?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all... Please, please...
I will. Thank the Lord she made it through. Now, I have to find...
Oi, so... You have no reason to be here.
I shouldn't get too... Elizabeth Clay...
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family's...
You got problems over there, Walter?
I need to talk to the Lady Hamley. I want you to take me to her.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. But why should I listen to you?
Have a heart.
So, you think I'm a nice bloke? And you think Lady Hamley really cares for someone like you? Don't make me... Hugh!
What?
If you help me, we might be able to... Let us end this in...
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. My lady?
Elizabeth.
She's not here, but there's someone else to... The Lady Aliena of...
The lady. When did that bitch become...
sorry for him, but this is very important.
Important? As...
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made.
I have all.
It is a complicated deal indeed, and one that makes my family the right...
Only by... There's no one who would come to enforce this.
You need to understand that there is great anger against your son, against you. If your son doesn't step down, the people...
That's a lie. My William is a better... To think that I once won. Not a day goes by when I... Where is my Elizabeth?
I promised your son's wife that I'd make certain you'd...
Safe from what? From a pack of impotent monks.
I have an army outside the gates, ready to attack.
What?
Get Elizabeth.
She's gone.
Gone?
I told her to leave Earl's Cup. She suffered enough under your son.
William didn't lay off.
He did. More than once, milady.
That is a lie.
It's up to you if this ends.
Oh!
It's all up to you.
In the name of the true Earl of Shiring!
They're coming.
Mother?
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she? Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man. Cut that whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
Now, we tell his...
Stop! Stop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
Everyone, listen! Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
He died because he refused to hand over Earl's Castle peacefully.
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then? I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone.
You will get your chance for redemption. By helping the people of Shiring recover from you, and by rebuilding their homes.
Ali, I know that you're a much better lead. Without you, we would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing, and in the end, I will be the Earl in name only. But you...
Don't say that.
Let's discuss this. I owe you a lot, Ali. The tyranny of William Hamley is up. The earldom of Shiring belongs to it. Send a messenger to Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know.
What is it?
You can send a messenger, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
Ali, what?
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him...
I have already taken Matt. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge...
While his friends took Earl?
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley...
Look at all these people. Seems like they're enjoying them.
They never change. You drooling dog!
Shut up, you old hag!
Ellen?
I'm not fit.
I'll take care of you. You two go ahead. Hurry up!
Is your mother ill?
This is where they hanged my...
The trial begins. The judges. Brother of Stephen, King of the Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Wick. Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of... Presiding over the Right Reverend Bishop of Waileron.
Please. The church is not without fault. We have gathered to accuse. He wrote that God is in man. Now we are, for his is the kingdom. Not ours, and not you stand accused. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you... Answer!
I am not...
Innocent? Your teachings speak guilty.
I am deeply... It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make... Why has it come to this?
In part, I am to blame. I demand that Philip be removed.
No!
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have he...
No!
What? Yes?
You are accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him and grateful. But no. I intend to prove that Philip... Call in Remy...
The Prior of Father Remy...
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remediate.
For many years, I served first for Prior James.
What was your first
I was impressed initially by how he handled the discussions in the chapter house.
What else?
Prior Philip did not want to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle.
Is this true?
He did not want to help those people. Go on.
The future master builder of our cathedral and his woman were they were living in sin. They were... Philip...
Why would he do that?
I do not know.
Maybe because he himself...
Then, on the day of our...
I heard.
I tried to soothe the woman's pain. The builder's woman I have spoken of tried to put a spell on her with...
And Philip in...
Yes. He pushed me aside.
He should have. It is worse.
It was no...
And then there was the day the Virgin... I did not...
The Virgin Mary. Of course it's a miracle. The Virgin Mary herself spoke to me.
Me too.
Clearly it is a miracle.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, Mary, bless us all.
Well, I soon realized it was. He was only after the money people. That...
He had to. Amen. I believe there is something
Yes. Philip...
Unbelievable. I knew it.
A son. And he raised...
He is guilty. Jonathan of King...
This is preposterous.
Is it? Is this true? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
I have no father.
Everyone has a father.
That may be. But if Philip was my father, he would have told...
How do you know he didn't...
Speak.
Philip would never... He told me that I was found in the...
Is this true? Well... You told the story so many times.
My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master...
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a and his ally. Philip did not want to take in those refuge as he was for yours when you... That, Lady Allier... Well...
I know that we've all had to make hard decisions when indeed they were. I am thankful that I was forgiven when now I forgive him. Let us now return to the... There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan...
And who is that?
My husband.
Step forward. What is your name?
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Have you lost your...
No, I have not. You know well why They call me Jack. My name...
Yes. How old were you when you allegedly saw John?
12. But I know what I saw, Philip.
You were... And what were you doing there?
I was living in the forest.
They were out. Friar Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and the distant memories of an outlaw...
He fathered a child!
Let him go!
He would never do that!
And yet, Lady Aliena, we do not know enough to judge him as harsh. You are right. As I said, it is not... Philip of Gwynedd has pleaded... We ask, as Bishop of Kingsbridge and...
This is madness!
Philip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged. If he is innocent, if he is not, then he will burn as the heretic...
No!
Waileran, by God! Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child. He is a fool.
Then who is the father?
It is me.
all in this together. This woman is a witch, living in sin with... He was hanged in Shiring 30...
He was not a... He was a good man. You've murdered him.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief.
What? Chalice?
The chalice of the... He stole it from the cathedral.
Sacred.
Yes, Prior James.
Is that the chalice? You said...
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice.
Where did you find this?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt...
What proof do you...
He told me. The night I was there,
Prior James died weeks before.
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speak...
Order! I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusation. Not just the... If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay. The trial recommend...
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a cathedral. Maybe we can do something similar to... Let's see. Your father.
He looks just like you.
My grandmother said...
And Bishop Waleran. What are the connect... Maybe, by exploring them...
Good idea.
Jack's father.
Maybe he still can...
Bishop Waleran is at the center of all this.
Waleran is...
Mother says Waleran was behind...
And she said he wasn't alone. The Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the sheriff, and Prior James.
If they're all there, then they...
And only Waleran...
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these three men work together?
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived.
Yes.
And then they killed him.
So...
Waleran was... Philip told me.
But James...
I think that's very...
Percy Hamley...
One less witness.
And Waleran probably wanted William to become a...
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And...
I wonder if my father...
Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the... He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl...
And your father, Earl, he tried to stop Stephen and paid for the... Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship.
If the White Ship is involved, then it...
But he was not king.
He was...
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most...
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what...
It is a public... All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to it. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
If Stephen, then he may have wanted the only witness of what...
But he wouldn't have done it himself.
No. My father, he was the only one... James was the...
That's where...
But we know...
As we found it, Philip recognized...
But Bishop Henry wants a witness.
But it's an important lead for... So Waleran... And that he saw...
Yes.
We know that's not...
It's the only...
Waleran...
Percy... Well, he could...
But he was arrested and had... Prior James... Hardly a...
I think we're getting... Now. Waleran was James... Philip said, so perhaps Wayland forced him to false... That might explain. The monks still tell the stories about how James thought... It's possible.
I wonder if my...
Whaler and...
We must find...
Percy could... But then he was...
Whaler and...
The 3 people...
And what about the ship?
Stephen... That he remained...
That wasn't God.
Now imagine what would have happened if he... Someone who might have seen... My father survived the sea.
The chalice was used to kill...
Yes.
Whaler and Percy...
The 3 people who murdered...
Whaler and Percy and...
The King of the England.
If the king...
We must do our best. Maybe...
You mean, maybe. Do you think the...
I find it much more... As Archdeacon...
If
Stephen himself...
The chalice...
He is.
Did he ever even...
James... But instead, James himself...
We found his scourge in a bed down...
That secret chamber. Why was the and by who?
You said he probably couldn't just destroy... It was the chalice of the Eucharist. We're close.
The chalice... That you found that it doesn't...
Do you think that the king...
No. I'm sure if Whaler...
And Waleran looked...
All these proof that... Do you think...
No. If he had known...
I'm sure, but I...
Well, the monks would have...
So, some...
And who could...
Everyone thought... And now we know...
Why did his monks believe he was...
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had... So everyone thought the body had been washed away.
But how is Remigius...
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior.
That explains why Waleran later made...
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. I think
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about...
When James started talking to the...
But for some reason, Remigius... Yes. That explains...
Where James died, after all.
We have to find Remigius.
Let's hurry. It's... The trial will continue.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk...
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of you. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later? About...
All right. Remigius. Now where are you? Brothers?
What?
Have you seen the Prior Remigius?
We have not. And now step back, brother. We must be done by... No one may approach...
Why not?
Bishop Henry's ordered...
Everyone left for the There is nobody... Hello? Have you seen the Prior of Shire?
He was here a moment?
Where's he now?
What do you want with it? Yeah, what do...
Oh, forget. He was here.
Do you want to go?
No, not...
Are you not?
Yes.
I pray...
He's a good man.
He is a...
You're full... Look at yours. Who are you?
Forgive the...
We don't...
Remigius? I don't think he's here. Wait. I think I saw him. What happened here?
Damn, running a trike, not now, and my...
I didn't mean to. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
By God! No!
Our bishop is very displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked.
Stop it!
No! Stay away! This does not concern... No!
Who told you to do...
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigia.
Where is Timothy?
What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense.
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man. You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not. Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley.
Who is she?
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the Prior of Kingsbridge. The Sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waleran who was behind it. And only Waleran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Wailerin!
Oh, we did it!
Yes.
Thank you, Lady Ham.
This monk must...
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the ordeal of fire. To show that the Church is... To show that my brother, the King... Not we, but God...
This is mad!
No!
Philip!
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the King, and I accepted the traitor Wailerin into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners. Light the pyre!
My God, there must be something we can do!
Stop this madness!
Ah, Philip.
It is so...
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is...
That is wonderful.
Yes. You look worried.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a... Who is it?
That is just... I wasn't sure if you wanted...
It has been a long time.
Ah, yes, it has. I had...
No what?
The truth is... Have you...
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven,
My God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must
name.
be something we can
Thy
do!
kingdom come,
Stop this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives. About my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us. God is here.
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
The water. It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Wayland will suffer.
Philip? Did you see God? Did he save you?
I told him. He only smiled. I never saw him again.
Philip is back.
Philip!
Philip! We're glad you're back.
Did you walk all the way again?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge, together with Tom. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair grey, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the church done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us for what we did. For who we were. And maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.